Wanna see my monkey impersonation? Do I look like a monkey? I'm on a new medication, and I hate being on a new medication. Well, it's not new, it's mirtazapine. I've been on it like 4 times now, but my witch doctor just keeps rotating the same 4 or 5 drugs. Like, oh, maybe it'll work this time. It hasn't worked the last 4 times I tried it, but maybe this time it'll work. I don't know, I feel like because I'm not large, doctors are afraid to give me the good shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big girl. But it's always taken me so much to feel anything. Pain medication, brain medication, alcohol. It takes me a lot before anything happens. My mother is the same way. I've been like that my whole life. But I feel like because I'm not 6'5" and 200 pounds, I feel like doctors have a hard time believing that. But like, I hear stories about people going to their GP and being like, hey, I get a little anxious sometimes. And they're just like, Xanax, take it. I mean, I know she's the one with the degree, and she definitely knows more about this than me, but I know drugs are addictive, and that's probably why she isn't giving me anything fun. But I feel like 10 milligrams of mirtazapine isn't cutting it. Well, it is cutting it, but in the opposite way. I feel like absolute shit. I'm taking quetiapine and buspar, and I feel like shit. So I tell her that I feel like shit, and I'm thinking she's gonna switch the buspar out for something else, because that's what she usually does. Because the quetiapine's a high dose, it's the highest dosage she'll give me. She said, because ever since I started taking it, every couple of months I've had to up it and up it and up it because it stops working. And she says if she thinks we need to up it again, that she's not going to do that. She's going to switch it out for something completely new. Which I don't want to do. Because it works. It's the only thing I've ever taken that has worked for longer than a couple of months. But buspar is only like 30 milligrams. So I figured she would switch that one out, but instead she just adds mirtazapine back into the mix. I feel so much worse. Like, she gave me the new prescription, and our next appointment is a month from then, but it's been a week and I just want to stop. And it's Friday night, so I can't even call up there and ask her if I can stop taking it until Monday. I mean, I have her phone number, but I'm not gonna text her. She gave me her phone number, and she was like, yeah, if you ever need anything, you could text me. Like, don't try to talk to me like you're my friend. Don't try to start conversations with me, because that's breaking patient whatever. But, like, if you have a question about medicine or you have something you want to tell me, just text me. No. That's so weird. I don't know. Maybe if the mirtazapine was working, I wouldn't feel weird about texting her. But I thought I was doing bad before, and I feel like I told her I was doing bad. So she was like, oh, you think that's bad? Wait until this mirtazapine kicks in. You're gonna feel like absolute shit for the next 4 weeks until I see you again. I hate medicine trials, but at the same time they're kind of fun. If I did not care about the direction my life was going in at all, I'd go be one of those people whose job it is to go on medicine trials. But since I do care about my life, I fucking hate it. Because it is kind of fun to just see what happens. Like, I think that's why normal-brained people without brain rot, I think that's why they do, like, recreational drugs, just to see what it's like. But prescription drugs, it's... I don't know. Before, I was very emotional. Like, sobbing at the slightest inconvenience. I was having really bad anxiety. And now, I think I'm a little bit better emotionally, but the anxiety's the same, and now I have a constant feeling of impending doom. Like something in my bones just feels wrong all the time, and it's preventing me from doing anything. Like, I keep trying to do shit, but then I get freaked out and stop. So I've just been watching shows, because that's the only thing my brain can handle, I guess. Everything is freaking me out. It's like every time I try to be a productive human, my brain shuts that shit down immediately. Do you know what I mean? Probably not. I don't know, maybe you know what I mean. Maybe only crazy people will watch this. But it's making me isolate myself, which I hate. Well, I hate it and I love it. Because I'm so lonely all the time. And I have 3 unread messages right now. I'm so sad because nobody will talk to me and I don't have anyone else in this world. 5 missed calls from my friend. I just don't have anyone to talk to or be friends with. I was supposed to call my friend like 3 days ago. I just didn't. And I don't even have an excuse. I can be like, oh, my grandma died. I got into a plane crash. I was stranded on an island, and that's why I didn't call you. Like, no. I just have like this anxiety stopping me from talking to any of my friends. They probably think that I think I'm too good for them. They probably think I'm just ignoring them for fun. Like, I miss them so much, but I just can't respond. Like, every time I get back to someone after a week of not responding to their message or their messages, I just have to be like, hey, sorry it took me this long to respond. It's because I suck. Anyway. And I'm just so tired of sucking. I feel like in all of my videos I just stay like this the whole time, so it looks like I'm just a floating person without arms. I have arms. Like, I'm sitting here feeling so lonely and so out of options, and my friend has to literally beg me to answer the phone. My best friend has to call me 40 times and text me 90 times before I can finally build up the courage to hit accept on the call. And that's so weird. I'm just so sick of my life being delayed. I don't care whose fault it is. I don't care if it's my fault. I don't care if it's circumstances' fault. Like when my entire life got destroyed by the storm and I had no choice but to do nothing. I don't care if it's medicine's fault. And I'm out of excuses for not making any progress in life, not doing anything. And I have this constant feeling of you're not doing enough, you should be doing this, you should be better at that. And I really want to get like violently ill again. 'Cause when I was staying at the hospital, that was like the only time in my life I can remember that the feeling that I'm not doing enough went away. Like, I didn't feel like I was wasting my time. I feel like for some reason dying was a good enough excuse for me, so I didn't feel bad. I just let myself rest a little bit. But it's always something. I can't let myself rest, because if I let myself rest for this, then I'm going to be resting for the rest of my life. Because if it's not medicine, it's going to be another thing. If it's not another thing, it's going to be another thing. I just don't have any excuses for being such a loser anymore. I get scared like a little kid gets scared. I got to stay the night at a friend's house the other day, and we watched Hereditary, and I thought it would be scarier. But it wasn't scary until the end, like the very end. That's when I was scared. And I liked it because the whole movie... Well, I didn't like it. I did not enjoy the movie, sorry. But I can appreciate the idea that the whole movie, I kind of thought it was about one thing, and then the very end we found out what the movie was actually about. I thought that was cool. But now, like, you know how you're little and like you watch a scary movie, or not even scary, but it's scary to you because you're 7. You watch a scary movie, and then for like the next 2 months, the bald guy from Mostly Ghostly is following you around. I feel like I'm explaining this horribly. Are you kidding? This guy fucking terrified me when I was a kid. I remember when I was little, there was like a 2020 episode on those 2 girls who killed their friend for Spider-Man. Those 2 friends that killed their other friend for Slender Man. And they would show like pictures of Slender Man so the old people knew who he was. And for years after that, I was terrified of Slender Man. Like, I wouldn't go outside because Slendy was gonna be there. You know how you get scared like that when you're a kid? I still get scared like that now. Like, we watched Hereditary, so now I can't go outside at night alone because I think naked people are gonna be there staring at me. I recently made my own bed frame out of MREs because we had a bunch of MREs and my mattress was on the floor for so long. So now that my bed is elevated from the floor, which is a crazy experience, by the way, but now that it's elevated from the floor, at night, if I let my leg like hang off of it, I think that somebody's gonna grab me. I don't know why I'm so scaredy. I hate FaceTime. Like, sometimes my friends will just randomly FaceTime call me. I've been ignoring you for a week, and now you think I want to look you in the eye? I don't know. I think a lot of people feel that way. It just stresses me out. Because I always feel like I'm ugly exactly when they call me. Like, every other hour of the day I'll feel pretty, and then the second they decide to call me, I'm like hideous. I don't know why. I experienced the super blue moon yesterday. I don't know. I love the moon. I think it's so sick when I get to experience moon stuff, because like it won't happen again for like 15 years, I think. I remember I was at the friend's house. We all went outside to look at it before we went to bed, and then they just looked at it and they're like, okay, cool, let's go back in. But I wanted to stay outside so I could look at it longer, and they went back in. So I was just outside for a while looking at the moon, cars passing by, and there was a guy walking in a parking lot across the street. And I just remember looking at him and thinking, he's gonna come try to kill me. And I wish I could blame that on hereditary, but I think I'm just like that. My mom raised me to be terrified of everything. So the cars are passing by and I was like, one of them's gonna kidnap me. That person in the parking lot over there, they're gonna kill me. Someone came down the stairs behind me and I just thought they're gonna fucking grab me and it's gonna be over. But yeah, I remember in school, during the solar eclipse. I don't know how often they happen, hold on. Okay, the next solar eclipse is next year, and the next one after that is 20 years away. So if I don't get to see it next year, I'm gonna be pissed off. But the last solar eclipse that I was in school for, they made us all stay inside, and during the eclipse, they made the teachers block out all of the windows, and they made the students all put their heads down. So we weren't even allowed to know when it was passing, like through the sunlight on the window. They were just like, you don't get to see it. They said they didn't want children staring at the sun and then going home blind. I will see it next year though. Thank you for what. I think I'm done talking. Amen.